Hello everybody, Hito here and welcome back to another Infinity Nikki video. Info just posted a tweet that already revealed what version 1.8 will be about, and it is actually really cool, and I do have a few theories following up with it. Before we jump into the video, it would mean a lot if you left a like and a comment under the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Infinity Nikki and cozy game related content. Now let's jump into the video. The official Infinity Nikki account just posted a tweet stating the following. Announcing the special collaboration with Shanghai animation film studio, Strokes Through Time Worlds of Ink. At Infinity Nikki's invitation, Shanghai Animation Film Studio has unveiled exclusive promotional posters for version 1.8, Danqing Season, honoring the classic ink art and bringing to life the beauty of Danqing. Stay tuned for more exciting collaborations to come. Now, in case you guys don't remember, a few versions ago during a dev letter, we did get the announcement that collaborations with Infinity Nikki will happen in the future. Now, a lot of people were thinking more into the direction of Sanrio, for example, as that is a collab that has happened before within the Nikki franchise, just not with the latest installment to the series. However, this is still a really cool collaboration because it is extremely important for that specific season for the game. Also, in case you don't know yet, because you may have not seen it, we recently got the announcement that version 1.9 will be the official housing introduction. If you haven't seen it yet, you should check out a video I did about that. It should appear in the card on the right side right now. So if you aren't up to speed with that yet, definitely check it out. The funny thing is, I was a bit confused because it did leave version 1.8 out, but now we know the theme for that version, and that is the Danqing season. Now, for some, it might not be as telling, however, that word has a meaning and sets off the entire theme for version 1.8. Danqing is a term in Chinese that refers to traditional Chinese paintings, particularly paintings on silk and huan paper. If you translated word for word, it would mean vermilion and cyan, which refers to the pigments that were commonly used in ancient Chinese art, those being red and blue. And just off of this, we can already pretty much conclude that version 1.8 will be a very traditional Chinese patch, which in my opinion is really cool. We had something of the sort in version 1.2, which celebrated the Chinese Lunar New Year, and now we get a patch that fully goes into traditional Chinese fashion. However, there is something interesting that we can link to version 1.2, because if you don't remember or simply didn't play during those days, version 1.2 introduced the Linglong Empire. In that version, we first visited the Firework Isles and met a lot of characters that originally come from the Linglong Empire, which is most definitely going to be the region that we will go to next. And since the Linglong Empire is traditionally Chinese themed, we can very much conclude that 1.8 will be our introduction for 2.0, in which we will go to the Linglong Empire. I do have to say, it is a bit weird to have an introduction patch first and then a regular update, which will be the housing update, but I am assuming it is so that they could fine-tune the housing update better, because let's be honest, we don't want another 1.5. I think we've all learned our lesson from that one. Now, what will this overall theme mean for 1.8? Obviously, we will get a lot of traditional Chinese gowns with a lot of beautiful patterns. Also, the painting that we do get from the collab does feature red and blue or vermilion and cyan, which is a heavy indicator that this will be the overall color palette for that version. It can be with an area that we go to, it can be the featured outfits that we will get, it can be a lot. Now, if we go with a featured area, it would make a lot of sense. Either we get another event map, which I kinda hope we don't, or we get a semi-expansion on the map that will be our introduction to the Linglong Empire. We do know from 1.2 that the Linglong Empire is connected to Wishfield via the water, meaning that we will probably have to sail to the Linglong Empire. I think it's very fair to assume that in 1.8 we might already sail over there, maybe to a remote island that is part of the Linglong Empire, and we get to explore that first, and then in 2.0 we get the entirety of the Linglong Empire. I personally really hope it's not going to be another map that will be an extra map to explore and then it just becomes irrelevant after that forever, because it's just sad to have these maps be irrelevant after you fully explored them. Don't get me wrong, the Firework Isles are extremely beautiful, but I don't think I've been there since the middle of version 1.3 when I cleared everything from that map. Now, what could this mean for the fashion of that version? Danqing refers more to a style of painting and calligraphy rather than fashion. However, if we try to pinpoint it to a specific era, then we would land in the Qing dynasty that happened between 1644 and 1912, which is quite a wide range of fashion. However, it is also extremely interesting as during that era, clothing was a visual marker of your social status, meaning that from here on out, we might get a lot more diverse clothing within a specific style that represents various different types of people, and I think that that is really, really cool. Personally, I am not as fed up with the constant ball gowns as other people may be. However, it would very much be nice to get representation of a specific style in a way more widespread style. Now, if we go deeper into the status symbol, then we will go back to a style that you may recognize from 1.2, with robes that have a lot of gold threading and a lot of layers, colors, and patterns. There are a few different attire styles that are pretty prominent during that era that we may see in version 1.8. One of them may be the Manchu influence, or this word that I cannot pronounce correctly. I may have also mispronounced a few other words. I'm really sorry. My Chinese is pretty much non-existent. Now, if we go with the robes that were influenced by the Manchu, then you would look at robes with a straight cut, a high collar, and side slits, which were often worn with sleeveless jackets or vests. The hairstyle usually included braids or buns, and also very beautiful styles such as a butterfly-like style or a large wing-shaped style. Then another style that you may recognize is the dragon robe, also known as the jifu. This was a costume style particularly worn by officials. These robes represented the universe with details like waves at the base, aka water, a central mountain, and dragons among the clouds. The rope's designs and colors were very carefully chosen and based on the season or the occasion they were made for. Now, based off of the art and the fact that we are looking at a more literate style, it would make a lot of sense if one of the many clothing pieces that we may get during 1.8 will be a Jifu-inspired piece of garment, as this style loved to have symbolic meanings implemented, which would make a lot of sense for the theme that we have going on. Then we also have the Han Chinese fashion. In this style, it was very common that women would wear ornate hairstyles and layered outfits with vibrant colors, often pairing them with golden accessories, which is something that we have kind of seen during version 1.2 as well. These were only a few of the most prominent styles during that era, and I most definitely missed a lot of important styles during that era. However, these were the ones that I find to be the closest to the overall theme that we currently have in this one singular picture, so I do hope that this is semi-accurate and that maybe I will get at least one hit, which would be really, really cool. But do let me know in the comment section what you think the style and the overall version will be. I'm really excited. I'd really love to see another traditional theme going on again. Because let's be honest, it doesn't always have to be whimsical. I like to get some education going every now and then. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day, everybody. Bye bye.